gentlemen, start your engines. Good evening, I'm Yenji Denise. Kenny Choi has the night off. Drag racing could soon return to Oahu. KITV4's Brenton Awa live now with our top story. Brenton.
Yenji, it's been more than 7 years since racers have been able to roll out their cars on a quarter-mile track on Oahu. And while a new track is still far from being built, a meeting at our state capitol offered a glimmer of hope. After decades of racing in Kapolei, the brakes were put on at the Hawaii Raceway Park permanently back in 2006. That left Oahu drag racers in the dust with nowhere to go. But a surprise turned today at the state capitol, where one man stepped up and offered to match donations of up to $200,000 in an effort to rebuild a track. The pavement would go here at the new Kalaeloa Raceway Park, but its owner knows there's a lot that has to be done before getting the green light.
He's sincere and he's ready, but I gotta resolve my problem with Hawaiian Homes, or what's the sense of putting asphalt down if we cannot get some kind of an agreement?
The raceway is on a month-to-month permit to use this land owned by the Department of Hawaiian Homelands, who says the track's owner is behind more than $20,000 in rent, $5,000 in utilities, and facing fines from the city for $121,000.
It was rent delinquency, utility delinquency, curing the violations that they have with the city, and obtaining mass grade and stockpiling permits for the activities that they do.
To build a track, the DHHL says the raceway would have to become compliant with its permit, but the park's owner says the DHHL has changed its policies since he first started renting and broke its promises.
The new policies shouldn't apply to me because I was already from the administration prior. I mean, I had promises made, I have documents to prove that I could do certain things.
Those things include construction without certain city permits that George Gray says DHHL told him they would waive, but he says they since changed their tune.
We've lost credibility because of this agency slandering me in the news, slandering me all over town. We've lost supporters because of this fight. Nobody wants to fight.
And that's where it gets tricky. Both sides say they want to meet and come to terms, but that has yet to happen.
They would just need to schedule a meeting with us. Again, we would be talking about curing the past violations first before we move forward on anything new.
We can bring everything up to current. We can do everything we want. Anything that we need to do, we got to sit down and talk. We have to sit down and talk, and I cannot get them to do that.
So when will the two sides meet? That's still up in the air. The owner of the raceway says they'll be waiting on DHHL to return their messages. DHHL says it'll be waiting on the raceway to comply before any meeting happens. So as far as that new track, the possibility is there, but it's far from a sure bet. Back to you.